might not look like much, but this is how you keep an old truck alive, one small job at a time, a bit of work, patience, and a little redneck ingenuity. Every step gets us closer to the finish line, and this one's no different. Stick around because we're making some progress, and this build's got one final touch in the final video finale. I'm just going to get them masked off and get them ready, and like I said, just throw a coat of paint on them to help prevent hopefully any rusting or any issues down the road. I have this cheap little knife set. It's just made for, you know, hobby type stuff. I'm gonna try that instead of that big razor blade because that thing's kind of a pain. And I've had the heater on quite a while, but these heads are still cold enough. They're not bad, but they're just cold enough that tape don't really want to stick too well. So I got to work on that too and get that to stick a little bit, even if I have to heat them up a little more. In order to save a whole lot of time and just unnecessary masking and everything, I'm going to, when I'm ready, I'm going to bolt those valve covers, just snug them down. This side, none of that inside will get any paint or anything. Like I said, that's all towards the intake and everything. So I've already done the underneath, so all I'll have to worry about is masking this. And I may not even worry about right here where those head bolts go on, because I don't really care about that. And it might help keep it from rusting a little bit until that bolt's tightened down and scrape some of it up anyway. I'm already into this Ranger. Way too much money. And time, as far as the time frame, I got way more things that I need to worry about and get done. I was just thinking, as I was grabbing those blue little silicone plugs I use for powder coating, they would work perfect for those where the spark plugs go. And how ironic it is that the plugs and the tape are all blue with the Ford blue. No, just kidding. But I'm gonna use those silicone plugs for those. And like I said, I'm not gonna worry about any of this. I half wonder if I'm wasting time with some of my exhaust ports because I don't know, those will probably rust anyway. So if I have that, I'm gonna get that heat paint that's rated for the higher rating. And like I said, maybe I'm wasting my time with those. Maybe I should have just painted them, but it's all right. We'll continue on, get the other one ready, and then we can go ahead and do some painting. Just going to mention a couple more things. As I go through and apply more pressure along that edge, it just shows like this definition like this, and that way when you cut it, and by the way, the X-Acto knife is definitely much easier and better, but that way when you cut it, it just kind of tracks right along there that much easier. I didn't really want to wipe all that surface oil off, but at the same time, that tape is not going to stick without cleaning that off enough to get the tape to stick. Aside from that, I think we'll have these just about ready and can get a coat of paint or a few coats of paint on them today. I'm going to give that a little bit of time to dry. Most of them are like 15-20 minutes for in between coats, sometimes more than that. I'm going to give it a little bit. I might try to hang them up. I thought maybe I could work around my disaster enough to get a little better coat on there, but I might just try to hang them up. That way it's going to be that much easier.
I never felt tomorrow closing in this fast.
I just picked one that's a little bit closer to that darker blue. We'll see how it turns out. I'll paint them either way. I'll clean them up and paint them either way. And like I said, I may end up using those, and I may end up using these old ones. I don't know. After this, I should be able to start the install and getting things put back together on it. I hope, because I'd really like to get it done, get it out of the way. I think I had mentioned before I got a couple trailers that I need to get some wiring done on, and just all sorts of fun stuff.
Yeah, it is just enough to get by. Sometimes I understand I'm making all the wrong connections.
Because if you ever have concrete underneath them, like that around the house, especially the higher up it is, when it warms up and all that comes sliding off there and just packs. Number one, it packs down so tight it's hard to, you have to sit and break it up. Number two, it just breaks up all your concrete. That's, I don't know, it's got 4 or 5 different spots where it's all broke. And we were going to put rebar in that, but the day the mud showed up, we didn't have rebar, so we just poured it. This all has rebar, but still, it's just the fact that it'll still break, it just won't open up as much. Other than that, they're really nice, especially for all that running off. But anytime it's got concrete underneath it, it's a mess. Might be destroyed. All right, let's go around to the other side. See what we got. I know I've talked a little bit about this shed being built, who knows when, by who or what, but as you can see, there's no real header. There is a 2x6, but, and then they took and that top plate, I don't even know what for, but they cut that top plate section out, ran those 2x4s up. This whole thing needs to be beefed up, but this door has been having some serious issues. I finally got tired of it, started taking it apart. I'm going to try to adjust that track a little bit. Not the track for the door, but I guess the bracket. And I'm going to try to come back 1.5 inches. And I've got a 1x12. I'm going to put all the way across there, beef that up, and then attach those brackets back and get that door back on there. Hopefully I can do it without it causing any sort of headaches, but we'll see. That's for another day, another video. You guys might remember a little bit of what it looked like with the acid. I mean, these aren't perfect, and all I do is hit this aluminum with that wire brush, just a light, quick, and it just kind of shines it up a little. Nothing crazy. There's the rest of it. Up that bracket and wheel. I'm not going to get crazy with the painting. I'm just going to I'm going to clean it off, air it off, clean it off, and just give it a quick little coat or two, probably 2, 3 if I feel like it needs it, but we'll give it 3 little quick coat. I'm going to hit it with the primer really quick after I blow everything off with that air and get it so it's ready for some paint. Just like I said, just kind of clean it up, make it look better, just so it doesn't look so corroded and nasty. Not that concerned about it, but yeah, there is a part of me that definitely wants to, if this truck was really worth something, maybe I'd take the time and go through and tear more things apart, powder coat more and paint more. But I also haven't been to sleep yet because I just got off graveyards this morning, so I feel like crap. But if I keep moving, I get through tonight and then get back on a normal schedule. So I'll hurry and go get that air, blow that off, and then hurry and hit that with the primer.
The sky is blue, the sun is high. Sitting here on my own, I think of you, you're on my mind, To me that's alright. Green grass on my neighbor's lawn. Maybe I should take a stroll.
That's one shitty paint job, but I don't care. Not today. Like I said, she's a cute little adorable truck. That's about it. And more than anything, I don't really care how it looks, I care how it runs. It's not the big moments that matter most, it's the details, the work you put in when no one's watching. That's how you bring a build back to life, how you get ahead. You show up, knock out the work, and before you know it, you're standing on the other side of something you built with your own hands. And just like the buffalo, we don't wait for the storm to pass, we run through it. That's the only way forward. Stay tuned, this build ain't done, and neither are we. Yeah, you can see those guys that do all the graffiti on the rail cars, they don't have shit on me.
To me, that's alright. To me, that's